Okay, we're good. This isn't the first time I've done a video like this, because I usually just do videos on certain games or topics. This isn't really my usual type of video because this will be more of a list. If you see the title, then you know that this video is about the games I'm looking out for, or the top 10 games I'm looking out for. I say looking out for because I'm not really excited for a lot of games because of how I buy my games. Also, there will be a mix of upcoming games and games that are already out already. Most videos of this nature will usually have one or the other, but I am basing this on games I don't own at this current point. It would be hard for me to make a video of this nature since I don't really look for new games. Two of the last games I actually researched about are on this list, but there is one game I excluded because it's on Kickstarter being funded at this current moment. That game is called The Dragon's Demand, and it really isn't much information game besides what they include on their Kickstarter page. The information is enough for you to decide if you want to pick up the game whenever it decides to come out. It is a game that follows Pathfinder 2nd Edition and adds goblins and orcs to the races that can be played. There is only one thing that didn't draw me in, which is the level cap. The level cap for the main game is 8, and I say main game because it is stated that there will be a DLC to bump it up to 10. I'd rather just do a level 20 when it comes to D&D type of games because even in Baldur's Gate 3, getting to 12 made no sense. I say that from an EXP standpoint, since you constantly get experience points once you make it to the third act, and you will get 12 a few hours in. I feel like I would have a ton of fun whenever Dragon's Demand decides to drop, but I also feel like I won't get everything out of the class I decide to play. Again, this also depends on how long it takes to complete the game and how much content they intend to include, but that may take a while. So number 10 is a game you may not have known was even coming out, which I didn't until I was looking up the first game. That game is Greedfall 2, and currently you can try out the game in early access. I don't believe I ever wished for a second game after I beat the first one. I did feel like a lot could be added that would make the game better, but I don't really know if anything good was added. They also have a tactical pause added in the game, which I don't know how I feel about that. If it is like Wrath of Righteous, where you have the option between tactical pause or turn-based combat, I would be happy. The reason I like the option of choosing between the two is because tactical pauses are used so you can set up abilities. In Wrath of Righteous, I found myself just running into combat and forgetting to pause, and in turn, everyone would just auto-attack the enemies to death. I think it would be unfair to judge a game with early access versions since they tend to be trash. I played the Magic class in 1, so I'll be intrigued to see how it has changed and if it is better or worse. Number 9. Shouldn't surprise anyone. Well, maybe it will surprise you because you expect it to be higher on the list because of how much I played the first game. Number 9 is Dragon Age The Veilguard. And after years of waiting for Dreadwolf, we got The Veilguard. Main reason I have this so low on the list is because of a personal reason. I wanted to play Blood Mage since I played Origins, and just saw that Dragon Age 2, the one out of the trilogy I haven't played, has Blood Mage. That means 2 out of the 3 Dragon Ages has Blood Mage. But they stopped it with Inquisition and haven't looked back. I will probably buy and play Dragon Age 2 the next time it goes on sale to play Blood Mage again. Another reason I'm not as hyped is because I feel like the bar is so low for them to succeed, and all they need to succeed is to have a playable game. In order for this game to make me happy, I want a good story and fun gameplay. That is all that would make this game good for me. And if the romance story is great as well, that would be a plus. Also would play a rogue in my first playthrough to see how seamless it is to switch between the bow and the dagger, but it will be a while till I play this game. The reason for that is because I will be waiting for a sale before I play it, but I will stream the game at some point in the future. Number 8 is Avowed. A game I don't really know much about, but when I heard that it is the successor of Pillars of Eternity, I knew I wanted to play the game. It will play differently because of the fact that it is a first-person RPG. I feel like that takes me away from the Pillar series because I enjoyed seeing the character I created. I feel I wouldn't be happy not to see them in combat. Then again, I have no idea if there will be a character creation, but in one of their slides on Steam, you are able to see a godlike. So maybe I will be able to make a rogue Orlin, again, that saves the world one more time. Would be funny seeing first person as an Orlin, as you try to slice people's knees off. Then again, we know next to nothing when it comes to classes or races, even though the game comes out in February. Because I can find next to nothing about classes or races, if that is a thing, the game is rated low. Number 7 is the first of the games that is currently out, but not owned. That is Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I haven't been able to play the other 4 games, mainly because they aren't on Steam, but like most SMT games, there is no reason to play the other games. Truthfully, that is a trend when it comes to any of their other series, which is great because you're able to jump in without feeling like you're missing anything. That sounds great, but personally, I like when my series have some kind of link to the other games. All of the Persona series are essentially standalones that don't require the other games. I played a Devil Summoner game and one SMT game in the past, but I have no idea what to expect from Vengeance. I believe that unlike Persona, you become a party member and actually fight back, and I just remembered that I own this game on Switch. It'll be a while till I will touch this game on Steam. Go into combat further, you have your own set of abilities to use in combat, apart from your personas. But I remember of my little time playing the game, it was fun and definitely want to see more of it. Number 6 is the game I'm so reluctant to play because of how hard the game was told to be, but also want to play because I'm curious how hard it could be. That game is a small indie game called Nine Souls, and probably one of the cutest games on this list. I've said that I loved Metroidvanias and also Souls-like, so combining the two makes it an easy purchase. It's one on the cheaper side at $30, so it's definitely something to pick up if you have the funds. Another reason is that the art is hand-drawn, so that is another reason that Nine Souls has made it onto this list. I feel like the main reason that I haven't bought this game yet is that there were bigger sales. It's hard to get a big sale for a game that is already so cheap. Again, I already know that this game will take me a while to learn, but it'll be fun like most Metroidvanias. So if you like Souls-like and Metroidvanias, definitely add this game to your wishlist and pick it up when you can. Time for the top 5. And 5 is a game that I don't believe I have ever mentioned on this channel, but have seen a few videos about the game. I didn't realize that I put 2 Metroidvanias back to back, but here we are with Crow Sworn, a game that isn't really known to a lot since there's no release date in the horizon, so I have no idea when we will see more information about this game. It's a platform Metroidvania, which means a lot of exploration and different ways to play the game. I don't really have many other ways to explain this game since there isn't anything about this game besides the visuals they have on Steam. You pilot a character that is in a plate docking mask that they fight enemies in the world. If there were more information, I would probably have placed this higher. Number 4 is another sequel from a game I haven't played on stream, one that has been out for a while on PlayStation, but came out in March of this year, so getting a big sale for this game will take a while. But at least they are charging $60 for the price and not $70 like Atlus is doing for majority of their releasing. That game is Horizon Forbidden West, which doesn't really require a PlayStation Network account to play. It's amazing that a good game from PlayStation get a very positive by excluding a account requirement. Imagine that. Also, a game I liked a lot just released on PC and is already mixed on launch day. And that game is Until Dawn. Anyway, I wanted to play a sequel for this game once I beat Horizon Zero Dawn, and was sad to see, like usual, it was a PlayStation exclusive. The game was different since it was basically a monster tamer in a land where everything is mechanical, including the animals. There was also stealth aspects and truly learning how to aim with your bow, and I liked how refreshing it was. I have no idea what awaits me in the new game, but I'm happy that this game is being sold with all their DLCs, so you were able to experience everything. Hopefully, I can see what is included in the sequel, but that won't be for a while. Time for the top 3. Nothing should surprise you when I tell you what the next games are. Number 3 is Hollow Knight Silksong, the game we've all been waiting for. I have wanted another game from Team Cherry since I played and beat Hollow Knight. Then we got a reveal trailer and saw that Hornet was going to be the main character, which was a surprise because I didn't think it would be a character we knew. I'm partial to character creation, but I know not every game needs it, so definitely I didn't think it would be included. The funny thing is that this game had the potential to be low on the list or where it is, which is top 3. I feel like this game has a lot of potential, so I put it in top 3. Hope that Team Cherry doesn't rush releasing the game because people have been saying that the game has been taking too long. I want them to take as long as they can so they can make a game they are happy with. So just for the potential and my love for Hollow Knight, this game gets the number 3 spot. Number 2, it's going to be 5, but because I put in so much research and it has been getting so much praise for the gameplay and the story, I felt like putting it at 2. The game will be out before this video releases, and so there will be more reviews and people streaming it once it does, and we will know more. The 2 spot goes to Metaphor ReFantazio. The game I've been talking about a ton on stream and in my videos. The reason I want to play this game so much is that it is such a far step away from the Persona series. I also know that the story and the characters will be a lot better. Well, I know nothing. I hope. Hope can drive a game to be the best or the worst because of that one thought. I like the character artwork and like the location that the game is set in. I have no idea when I will touch this game, but the only reason I have hope for this game is because it is a new IP. It isn't Persona or an SMT game. It was made by a different team at Atlus, meaning not the Persona team. So the hope is that this is in a different direction. Number 1 is also not a shocker if you watch my streams. Then you would have probably asked why you haven't seen this game mentioned yet. That game is the the first Berserker, Kazan, and it is made by the same studio that made Code Vein and Scarlet Nexus. Now, if you have played those games, you wouldn't think that a company that made those games would pique my interest that much to make it number one. The reason I like this game so much was because I have been on a Berserker binge when it comes to manga. I originally thought the MC was only able to use an axe, but then saw within the latest trailer that the MC was also using a spear. Leads me to believe that you can use a different selection of weapon. I don't believe there will be character creation, but the idea that you can play around with different weapons and have different movesets interests me. The biggest thing is that this will be a Souls-like when it comes out. Actually, remembering back, there was a female character that showed in the trailer, so I'm guessing you don't have to play as just one certain character. I'm interested if the game will follow what Scarlet Nexus did with their different MCs, have a different storyline depending on which one you choose. I doubt since this is slated as a Souls-like, I don't see them doing that much work for different MCs. The easiest way out is just to make character creation and not have two different storylines for a Berserker game. This is just my thoughts because I haven't watched the video they released fully, because I still want to be surprised when I pick up the game. I'll talk more about this game when it comes closer to them releasing a release date. Well, hopefully I can when we get one. So my list isn't the games I'll be playing next, or the games I feel will be the best games. I just feel like these games will be really interesting to play when I'm able to play it. This is just rated in my interest to play it. Not really what I will buy first. If one is cheaper than the other, when it goes on sale, I will get it. Truthfully, if I go on tour, I kind of go wild and buy a ton of games for my wish list because I have the funds. Also, all the games I have mentioned in this list are also games I plan to stream. I want to enjoy them and experience them to witness everything they have. I would love to say that I will give it my utmost attention, but sadly, don't do that for stream. I pay attention to the story, but I also tend to read manga whenever I have some time in between playing the game. Content creation takes up all my time when I'm not working, so I like to escape to manga whenever I have the time. But anyway, I hope you all can see me play these games sometime in the future. My name is Only Incubus, and that's my time. Later days. Mwah. Love you all. Peace. Peace!